Good morning. Happy Friday. I don't know where my. There it is. It's in there dirty. What on earth are all these black marks? Fingerprints. Hello. I'm going to use this as a cutting board because it works just as well as anything else. Good morning. Oh, I forgot to get out a pan. Let me do that while y'all join. I'll get myself a little pan. Oh, let's see. I need a little one. Where is it? It's right there. My butt's in the camera. That makes for a great start. Everybody likes a butt in the camera for Friday morning. Oops. Oh, the professionalism is top notch, isn't it? Hey, Susan. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Faith. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Robin. Hello, all my friends. I'm making balsamic chicken. My glasses are nasty. I can't even see out of them. I'm making balsamic chicken, the E version from Trim Healthy Cookbook. But instead of making it in the crock pot, I'm making it on the stovetop, and I'm going to make a super quick version. My stomach's growling. I'm hungry. I meant to get out onions and I forgot. Hold on. I wanted to use frozen onions so I didn't have to use fresh, but I forgot, so we'll just use a fresh. I had everything prepared except for the things that I needed. I'm not just making any balsamic chicken. I'm making stovetop balsamic chicken and oatmeal. Have you cringed yet? Oatmeal, baby. Oatmeal. And my oatmeal's boiling over. I just cleaned my stove last night. All right, I had a thought. Hold on. One moment. I have to put these coats away. I have a solid reason for doing this. Tilson complains. Oh, it's still boiling over. Calm down. Tilson complains every time I cook onions that it stinks. Why did you lose me? Why did I lose you? Shirley, have you tried steel cut oatmeal by chance? Have you ever tried steel cut? Steel cut oats are the jam, the bomb, my jam. That's what I'm trying to say. So in this recipe, I think you just dump everything in the crock pot, but I'm not going to do that because I want it right now. You've tried steel cut and you don't like those either? All right, I need to make these low fat. So of course I'm going to cook them in chicken broth, or today I'm going to cook them in beef broth because I can't find any chicken broth. But it's not going to make my chicken taste like beef. It would take a lot more than this to turn a chicken into a cow. Okay. I'm so glad you're enjoying my one plop creamer drop, Cindy Wetzel. All right, I'm adding a fair amount of chicken broth to that because I want this to be saucy. Okay, this calls for a whole bunch of canned tomatoes. I'm just going to use a little bit. I'll put the rest away to use another time. I'm going to use about half can. I want this to be saucy over my oatmeal. Okay, yes, if you're just tuning in, I'm making savory oatmeal, which is the best thing on the planet. And this one's going to be no different. I don't know. I'm just putting a big old scoop of tomato. And I'm going to throw all my seasonings in there and let that simmer until my onions are tenderized. And then I'll throw my chicken in. Actually, I might throw my chicken in now. You're going to make your one plop creamer drops today? They're pretty exciting. If you're watching live, please give this a share. All right, this has a bunch of seasonings in it, like the typical garlic and onion and all that. No, it's not. I've got steel cut oats on there and they're taking forever. So I started them prior. Yes. Chicken. Gina. Chicken. Was that a question? No, I'm doing chicken. Balsamic chicken oatmeal. Of course. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Gina was answering Meredith. All right. I guess. I don't know. I get confused. Sometimes it's hard to follow chats from this end. So I already detendonized my chicken this morning. I have chicken tenders. I prefer to buy these over chicken breasts because they're so much easier to cook up. And they're just, I like them. There's a lot, you know how when you buy chicken breast, even though they're boneless, skinless, they always have big gobs of fat on the end of it. And these are just so much easier for me. And I'm going to cut them really small because I want them to cook relatively quick. I'm going to do 3 chicken tenders, which would be about 3 ounces, 3 to 4 ounces of chicken. And then I'm going to put the rest in my crock pot and cook them up. All right. I'm also going to put some seasoning on these. Why not? Why not? It's not like I'm going to over season it. That's not possible. Is there any other seasonings they used? No, I think I want more of this. Oh, they did put stevia in theirs, but I'll put a little bit of super sweet in there just to sweeten this up. This is kind of a sweet chicken. Balsamic chicken is usually kind of sweet. All right, this should cook up in no time. 6 minutes or so. Ew, what's that? It's a piece of tendon I missed. Sorry, I won't die. And that saucy gorgeousness is going to go over my oatmeal. You could do it over brown rice. But I thought the reason you didn't like oats, Shirley, is because they're mushy. I mean, don't you like Raisin Bran and stuff, like cereal and quinoa and rice? What's the difference? What's the difference in texture between steel cut oats and rice? I mean, they've got texture. So are you saying you only like smooth things? Can you puree your oatmeal? Oatmeal's like chewy texture. That's what I like about it. You should try soaked oats. You should try that. Maybe you'll like the soaked oats because they have more texture. They have, well, no, you're saying you don't like, maybe you should try blending them and then soaking them overnight. I like oatmeal cookies, she says. No, you like sugar. The chewy texture is it? Well, surely more. Oatmeal cookies are chewy. So you would rather have them smooth? So try blending them. Have you tried them blended? Have you tried blending your oats to take away some of the texture? I'm gonna throw those in there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet, but so what about rice? Will you eat rice? Yeah, oats from childhood taste nothing like oats that are cooked right. If you have traumatic memories of oats as a childhood, that's because the person cooking your oatmeal didn't know what they were doing. oatmeal cooked right isn't slimy and sloppy. When I go to a hotel and they serve oatmeal, it is one of the nastiest things I've ever had in my life. It's like wallpaper paste, way overcooked. So slimy. Oh, so nasty. I love them, Susan. I love steel cut oats. I didn't eat them as a kid, but that my family never really did. Yes, that's true. Yeah, these are gonna be kinda similar to my chicken teriyaki oatmeal, which is so stinking good. You know how in English call it gruel? Isn't gruel different though? I think. Yep. Fruit and cream variety. Isn't gruel more the wheat? I think. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Boiling Brussels sprouts, now roasted Brussels sprouts. Carrie, I have traumatic memories of my mother cooking liver for pregnant dogs. Oh, the whole house smelled like death. Nasty. All right, I'm looking for this. I want to see how much fat is in this before I say what it is. Oh, 1 ounce. I can have 1 ounce of plain goat cheese. And this is 4 ounces. I can have a quarter of this on top of my balsamic. So I'm not going to do mozzarella because mozzarella is heavier, it's fattier. You can get a skim, a low fat, fat free even mozzarella, but I don't have any. So I could totally do some Laughing Cow cheese on top of this saucy gloriousness, but I want goat cheese. So that's what I'm going to use because this is my balsamic chicken and I get to do whatever I want. You know what I didn't put in there? It does, Kayla. There is nothing. I have the liver pills. I take them, but I forget sometimes. That's why my iron goes low. See how my fingers turn black? Because I get out of the habit. My childhood traumatic food is tuna casserole. Oh my gosh, I love tuna casserole. I love a good old tuna casserole with cream and mushroom soup and soft egg noodles. You know what I didn't put in there? Balsamic vinegar. This is balsamic chicken, so I probably should consider adding some of that at this point. I'm just gonna put a couple, I don't know, tablespoons. It's a pretty important part of balsamic chicken. Gruel is food consisting of some type of cereal, ground oats, wheat, ground, heated or boiled in water or milk, a thinner version of porridge. Yeah. Yeah. That is not what oatmeal is like, Shirley. My family would make tuna casserole from scratch, made my own white sauce, and husband preferred the mushroom soup one. Yep. I would prefer the mushroom soup one too. I love it. By the way, this is 1 cup of liquid, 3/4 cup of beef broth, because that's what I had, and a 1/4 cup of water with 1/3 a cup of steel cut oats. That's what's going on over there right now. Yeah, I don't want to eat something called mush either. I want to eat delicious oatmeal that has an amazing softness and chew to it. Oh, so good when it's made right. You never had tuna casserole as a kid? Did you grow up in the bougie side of town? Just kidding. Yes, I have gotten used to my creamer drop. This has a splash of half and half in it. But I have gotten used to my creamer drops. Let's just go ahead and say, okay, listen, you know, I stay 100% on plan. That doesn't mean I don't have moments of letting my choices win when something makes me angry or something upsets me. I know what to do. I know how to say no to things. I know how to make good choices. I know not to make excuses. And that doesn't mean that I still don't have those moments. And so this morning, something irritated me just for a moment. It wasn't even a big deal. And instead of putting my creamer plopper dropper thingy majiggers into my coffee, I poured a little half and half. So what did I do? I let my emotions determine my actions. Instead of my thought, I had a thought that upset me for a moment. And that thought, I allowed myself to act on that thought. And so I chose half and half. Now, I'm not saying putting half and half in your coffee is wrong or the worst thing in the world. It's not. It's not the end of the world. But in the moment, I chose the half and half, not because it's what my body needed. I chose the half and half because it's what my thoughts led me to do. So there. How do you like them apples? Here's my gruel. It looks perfect. All right. Let me give my little, oh, this is looking good. It's reducing some and thickening up. Oh my gosh. That smells amazing. Has anybody ever made this recipe, by the way? Don't you love it? I do it on purpose, Jennifer, just to stress everyone out. Has anybody ever actually made this? Yes, half and half is less. It's a tablespoon. It's not like it's a ton either. I had a really tough evening, so I chose to make a crossover for supper, paying for it today as I ate an inflammatory food. It is still better than other things. But the problem is when we choose food because of an emotion, we're turning to food for comfort, and food can be a source of comfort. God gave us food, and I believe it can be a source of comfort. But when we turn to it in a moment of frustration or anger or sadness, we turn to it for comfort, it can lead us down a bad road because we're allowing our thoughts. So my circumstance was just, it's nothing big. And my thought was, that really makes me mad. That's not my circumstance. My circumstance is not, it makes me mad. My thought is, it makes me mad. Shirley, your thought is, I had a tough evening. How you chose to look at that situation and whatever that situation was, your thought was, I need food to feel better. And then we turn to food as a result of that thought. And that's exactly what I did. The sauce is tomatoes, seasoning. Oh, I forgot the stevia. I want a little sweetener in there because this is supposed to be a little sweet. So I'm just did I already put this in? I hope not. A pinch of super sweet. Balsamic vinegar, onions. It's a crock pot recipe, Janine, but I'm making it on the stovetop in a quick version. It's chicken broth too. Beef broth. I use beef broth. I'm not going to put sweetener in mine because I don't do sweet coffee. Yeah, you can totally leave the sweetener out of the pods. Totally. But for those of you that like to make a healing trimmy in the morning, this makes life so easy. Those pods are like healing trimmy done, and I am getting more and more used to it. So I can see myself making that my go-to instead of half and half. I found a great deal on Southwest. There you go. Wow, that is a good price, Jackie. All right, let's get out our bowl, shall we? Do I really not have any clean dishes? One. Where's my Oh, look, there's my bad attitude. It's right there on that shelf. Let me just go ahead and grab it. I've got this bowl, and I'm going to go ahead and put oatmeal in it. See, it's perfect. If it does this, it's perfect. You thought that was going to fall out on the counter, didn't you? You can enjoy that. These pans can handle it. You're welcome. Okay, all that is steel cut oats cooked in beef broth. Yeah, me too, Carrie. And the only reason I came up with these drops is because I didn't have any MCT or coconut powder, and I really wanted something right then that was going to be better than half and half, because I was drinking too much half and half. I was having 3 cups with a fair glug of half and half. All right, there's my steel cut oats. You're right, Cindy. That's very smart. You know what it tastes like? Do you know what this tastes like when you cook steel cut oats? What appears to be the tiniest amount ever. Do you know what it tastes like when you cook it in beef broth? It tastes like ramen. The ramen you had when you were in school when you were a kid. That ramen. That's what it tastes like. All right. I'm leaving this a bit saucy on purpose because I like that added sauce. I love to get a spoonful of my oats with some of that sauce, but look at this deliciousness. Look at that. Oh, Lord have mercy. That looks so good. Let me put this in here. All right. 1 ounce, 1/4 of this tube. I've already eaten quite a bit of this. This is a tube roll. I've already eaten quite a bit of this. Couple servings anyway. 1/4 of this would be 6 grams of fat. Well, I already have a little bit of half and half. So I'm just gonna do this. You could totally do Laughing Cow. I'm not gonna do anywhere near a whole serving of this, just a little bit to kind of get melty down. This is goat cheese. You could use a sprinkle of light mozzarella, fat-free mozzarella. You could use whatever cheese is in your fridge. I mean, technically it's supposed to have mozzarella, but I love me some goat. Did I add the Masonic? Like the Shriners? I did, Envy. I added the balsamic. I did. I added the super sweet. Are you people paying attention? Yes, I added the super sweet. I don't know why my brain is saying green onions on the top. I don't know. Why not? It tastes like a goat, Carrie. I'm just kidding. So here's the thing. If you buy goat cheese from a local farm, it legit tastes like farm. Every bite is like, oh, I know what their farm tastes like. I don't like fresh goat cheese from a farm. No offense to all you goats. Okay? I just don't like it. But you give me goat cheese from the old Sam's Club or the Aldi, and it's so good. It's just, Carrie, it's creamy. It's so creamy. And look at it start to melt. I don't know if you can see that. It gets so melty and delicious. It is thebomb.com. I love it. I need my other spoon. I have a favorite spoon. I have carried this spoon with me from house to house. There it is. It's my favorite spoon. Right. That's why you've got to get the store-bought goat cheese and not the farm goat cheese, because the farm goat cheese tastes like you're licking a goat. Nobody wants to eat that. Now tell me that doesn't look divine, okay? Don't freak out about the oats. If you like rice, you'll like this better, and guess what? Steel cut oats are less glycemic than brown rice. So there. This looks so good. I cannot wait to go shovel this in. Mm. You guys, that is so good. That's not just like, "Oh, that tastes good." That is so good. So, that is that is fabulous. Oh my goodness gracious. That is so good. That tastes like the carbiest rice ever is what that tastes like. That y'all could just stay here for a while. I'm not gonna talk, I'm just gonna eat. Mm. You like that? You like that sound, Meredith? I know everybody loves a good swallow on camera. Disgusting. People eat on camera, I get so grossed out. You're welcome. I forget I have earpods, so it's right next to my mouth, so y'all are welcome. This is good. Oh, man. That is delicious. That is delicious. That is cold. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that in the microwave. I'm starting to be like my grandmother. If it's not boiling, it's not hot enough. Y'all need to make this. I kid you not. Please somebody make it with oatmeal. Please somebody go make it with steel cut oats and be like, KJ's right. This is good. Um, yeah, you don't need to write any. It's not a recipe. I mean, I just took I just took the balsamic chicken and made it stovetop. That's it. It's not like a recipe. But then I put goat cheese and then I put oatmeal, which is not in the recipe. Yeah, make it with sprouted oats. That would be really, really good too. And I think you're right, Jackie. Farm goat cheese does taste like grass. It's not my jam, but store bought. I don't know why. What are they feeding those goats that they use in the store? I don't know. Regular oats will be I hate that sound. When people do it, I get so irritated. I mean, my poor husband, it's all I can do to be in the same room when he's eating and he doesn't even smack his food. I just can't stand it. Have you tried them, Janice? Savory? Trim Healthy Cookbook, it was like page 4. Oh, it's right here. Trim Healthy Cookbook, page 56. Balsamic chicken. It's a fuel pull. They say to make it an S. Huh? Label frozen bag of chicken breasts or tenderloins as balsamic chicken S with a Sharpie. Why would it be? Why? Why did they say to label it S? I don't know. Dish lends itself to an E mode. The chicken, veggies, and yummy broth are perfect over rice or quinoa or oatmeal. For S mode, serve over any on-plan noodles like Not Naughty noodles. Oh, and then top with cheese. Okay. Yeah. You can wrap it in Wonder Wraps, put it over cauli rice. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm really this will be a new fave. And that was so easy. That was so stinking easy to make. All right. I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. Be on the lookout. I'm releasing a new course, hopefully, um, next week called, well, I don't know what it's going to be called, but it's all about the sugar detox, how to detox. It doesn't involve drinking, so don't worry. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Thanks for joining me. It's so good, Jackie. I'm so glad you made it. So good. Yes, wisdom noodles. Put it over wisdom noodles. They'd be fabulous over wisdom noodles. But add some goat cheese. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.